So I've got my bed set up in here, and this is actually my king bed. I cut it in half and I put it, and then I took the king bed frame and there's one of those, I forget what it's called, not Ghost, Casper. And I cut the bed frame in half as well. You can see here where it's sawed. This used to connect over on that far side. This is a king bed frame. And then the slats, they fit from one end to the other, and I just doubled up the bed frame. And then I made it where it arched over the wheel well, because there's you can see here how it's indented, okay, because there's a piece of wood here. So this piece of wood goes just over the wheel well, and then there's another piece of wood down here, and it's like an I-beam. There's beams every so often. So I cut out the arch for the wheel well, okay? Then I took this cable, and the cable goes back as a diagonal to that beam over there, and I have a turnbuckle that I tightened up that connects to the two corners of the bed. Actually, not to that corner, but the turnbuckle is there in the middle, and so it pulls the two corners towards the wall, okay? Then, just by sheer fate, I misplaced the pegs that keep this together, so we cut out some PVC pipe just as a temporary plug for the plastic bolt that slides down in that connects it. This PVC pipe's like the same size, but the PVC pipe wouldn't go all the way in because it doesn't have like a beveled edge. Well, that works out perfect because it keeps the bed from moving, because the PVC pipe sticks up, so it's like a stake. I got a doubled over blanket so it can stay warm when it gets real cold if need be. The inside of this van is eventually going to be covered in pattern diagrams, okay? And the reason being is I've had these patent ideas for a long time, and I've already got all the diagrams drawn out for the most part, like 95% of them. Now I just need to organize it. When you're filing a patent, you have to everything has to be in perfect chronological order, which I'll explain later. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I'd have to be glued to a location like a residence to be able to work on my patents. But I like to travel and I like to do things. So I was like, you know what? I could do it inside this van. So the next thing is I'm going to be using, what do you call it? Little magnets to hold up all the different papers everywhere. So luckily this is magnetic. It's not like the F-150s where it's all aluminum. This is a magnetic wall. Now, one thing that I'm pretty proud of is this thing here. Now, you might recognize this if you were on the other channel. I had this hanging up inside my place of residence. Well, I figured out a way to put this here. And the gist of it is, okay, so you put 1 foot here, okay, so you put 1 foot up, and it's quite a step up. You know, it's a cargo van, we're up pretty high. And then what you do is you pull up, which my arm's fully extended, and you kick your left foot up in the air. All right, and when you kick your left foot up in the air, it's an ab exercise. And the reason why it's so important to work out your abs is because it keeps you from getting fat on your liver. And that's what people don't realize is the fat on your liver is what causes your body to start to go backwards. So I do it both ways. Now granted, in the home where I had it, I would have my right hand on it and I'd be stepping up with my left foot and kicking with my right leg, and that was easier to balance because I had the left foot up on the step and I had my right foot getting kicked up, and I could use my right hand to pull up, and then I'd put my left hand on the banister because I had it next to a banister. So I had a point of contact 3 out of 4 places, and the place that I didn't have the point of contact was my leg that I was kicking up in the air. Okay, so it's both a glute exercise for your butt, you know, to step up, and it's also an exercise to kick up. This is more challenging because what I have to do is I have to balance now. And so what I do when I'm not holding the camera is, but anyway, this is like kind of a jack of all trades YouTube channel. I'm probably going to set the phone over here for a second so you can see what I'm talking about. And forgive me, it's going to look really ridiculous, but you'll see what I mean. Okay, so we'll just set this phone here. Okay, so hopefully you can see. Now, the thing is, and I'll do it once the other way too. So this is my bad leg from the motorcycle wreck. as we get older, our ability to high kick quickly deteriorates if you don't do it often. I was very surprised at how unable I was to be able to high kick. So it really whips you back into shape when you start doing it. No matter how bad you are at doing it, just do it. And I swear to God, that's probably the most important exercise to do, to wind yourself with. So if you can set something up like that in your office, they have these 3 step stools on Amazon, where it's like they're like nesting. You can put one inside the other, and then these, I think they're like green or gray, like dark gray, but anyway, they're these step stools where they have a flat square top, and the medium one is a really good one, like a good workout. It's like the same height as the rear bumper on the van. The rear bumper, guys, is pretty high up, you know. It's not low. Okay, so it's a good step up. It's like the height of 2 steps. Okay, so it's a good workout. And the thing is, you can go faster and faster and faster and do more and more and more. So anyway, so I've got this. By the way, I got the mirror. I found the mirror when I was going through all my stuff. I'd already bought it one day when I was in the Corvette. So anyway, so I have the printer in here. We're gonna hook the big printer up. And now I've got no excuse not to be able to work on my patents, no matter where I'm at. And once you guys see what these patents are, I had a really big breakthrough. It's still the same diagrams, but see, what you're not actually patenting the diagrams. You get awarded the patent on the verbal sentence when you file a patent. It's called the claim. You get awarded the patent on the claim. And if your claim is broad enough, like let's say you were able to patent you were the first person to patent a vehicle that can fly under its own self-sustaining energy, and here's an example of, okay, that's how you would have filed a patent on the airplane. Is you don't file a patent on the exact airplane, you file a patent on all airplanes, because you say, here's how I did it, and this one actually works, and it works on its own accord. But you have to figure out what's novel about it, because there'd been a bunch of other things prior to it that were already prior art, and the Wright brothers just made it more lightweight per se and better geometry, so it was hard to patent. But the point is, if you can get a broad patent on something, the airplane was not a good example, but if you can get a broad patent on something, it doesn't matter at that point what your diagrams do and don't cover. As long as you get awarded the patent, then it doesn't matter how anybody else ever comes up with it, you have the patent on it. And once you see what I have, guys, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I'm gonna run in here and get my sweet potatoes and asparagus. I get my chicken from the grocery. I get rotisserie chickens, and that's it. So we're gonna be putting in, okay, so on these vans, underneath the seat that I'm sitting in is a battery. I had to replace my battery the other day. And I came across a guy, this is one of the other things I want to mention here on YouTube, on this episode. I came across a guy who is like me, or is to Corvettes in the Corvette community. This guy is to like batteries, and he just has a sailboat, and he wanted to figure out how batteries worked. And he's a smart guy, he's an engineer by trade, and he really studied this stuff, and he figured it all out. And now he's like smarter than these lithium battery companies, and he's invented this thing called what's it called? Bankmaster? Yeah, I think it's called Bankmaster. But anyway, he's got this device he invented, and it's actually perfect for lithium and what do you call it? Lead-based batteries, whether they're the AGM or regular lead fluid batteries. He's got this system set up using this Bankmaster thing, and it's like perfect for this van. So I'm going to be getting a big lithium battery in here so that I can run the laptop and the printer when I'm working on this. And I can shut off the van, and I'm probably going to get a little Honda generator, and at that point I should be pretty decently good to go for a while. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Chat soon. I've got places to stay, don't get me wrong. I have places I can park the van, go inside. But once I get really rolling on this patent thing, I turn into like Beethoven. It's like I don't want to be disturbed. And this just allows me to get my costs way down on everything and just be in this thing where it's like I've just, no matter which angle I look, I've got my diagrams at my disposal, and these walls aren't even going to be able to hold all the diagrams. They're just going to hold all the diagrams for that moment in time of what I'm working on. When I tell you I've got over 500 pages of diagrams, I'm not playing. All right, see ya.